But these guys are just completely mano a mano. Who's better? Constantly talking.
It was the fight for alphaness.
Yes. The fight to see who is at the top of Apex Mountain.
And it's on every single position, really. Like,
yeah,
it's not just in reality. The big thing was Magic and MJ. Like, Magic still wasn't letting go of the mantle, even though he technically did 2 years before that, but or a year, yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, about a year before that, whatever. But Magic still felt like he was the best player in the league.
Oh yeah.
He had some type of an argument, but not enough. And but you had like the little fights between like Barkley and Robinson. Is it Robinson?
No, it was Barkley and Malone on who the best player
yep.
in the league was.
And it was Ewing and Robinson.
Correct.
And I mean, I don't know if Scotty was really like
going at Chris Mullin like that.
Yeah, like I don't think they cared that much. I think they were just like, I don't know how I got in the middle of it.
But Magic tells Michael, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're going to blow you out today. Yeah. That's the quote. Yeah. And then Jordan proceeds to dominate the fourth quarter, hitting shots like fucking that, up and under, insanity, all the NBA with the cameras on him type shit that he would hit.
Yeah.
Apparently, he had a play, apparently, according to Magic Johnson, where he double clutched, but when he double clutched, he spun, hit 360, and dunked it.
Now, this is the greatest shot I've seen. He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off. And he said, okay, I'm going to just sit here in the air. Because I know David Robinson is going to go down. So David Robinson went to the ground. He 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
In a practice game.
Full, like this, all the way?
Like that, the double clutch was him spinning. Kind of like one of those weird looking layups that you see people do with the 360. Yeah. But Michael's so athletic, he ended up finishing it with a dunk.
I mean, I could see that he actually, I could think, I would imagine that he probably really did do that. But
Magic said it's one of the 3 greatest shots he had ever seen. The 3 best made baskets he had ever seen in a game.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. Yeah. And MJ starts hitting these jump shots and talking to him. And then the game's over. Jordan wins. Magic wants to keep playing.
Yeah.
And Jordan's like, no, it's over. And basically, Magic being like, I'm still the best, and Jordan being like, well, this is the 90s, not the 80s anymore.
Yeah.
That was his big quote of choice: "This is the 90s, it's not the 80s. Your time is up."
Yeah.
And there was Larry on the sideline.
And yeah, it's true.
Best
Pretty much.
seat in the house, right there.
I would be there too.
I'd be very happy to sit cross-legged next to Larry Bird, chilling.
No, I'd strike a pose with him.
But this would go on to change the NBA landscape forever, because this moment in all the players' mind, from a upper echelon player perspective, made Michael from "you're the best scorer in the league" to you are the best player in the world. And that being the big fundamental difference between before Barcelona and after Barcelona, right?
Which is surprising that those still, at that point, like he had won 2 championships, 2 Finals MVPs, 3 MVPs.
Hey, Magic's got 5. 2 is nothing in comparison.
Yeah, but it's like he's not in the league like that anymore. Like,
right, you know? But from Magic's perspective, that was taken from him. It wasn't his. He didn't lose it.
Oh, yep. Okay. No, from Magic's perspective, I completely understand. I'm talking about the actual entire NBA, like and like the world.
But I think there was a problem. I think there was probably a hypothetical, even though the '91 finals had happened. I think there was probably a hypothetical, like, yeah, Jordan probably might have been able to get him in that first finals, but Magic was a little older. I'm sure that narrative was starting.
Yeah, which is
Even though we already debunked that narrative in a previous episode.
Yeah.
You and I both know that exists.
Yeah.
So, the biggest reason why Michael ultimately said yes to doing the Olympics was because all these guys played with him, but it was because he wanted to see how these guys practiced and see how these guys work behind the scenes. Because he wanted to know if he was working the hardest.
Yeah.
Like, he was obsessed with that. He was obsessed with, I want to go so I can get a leg up on my competition going forward.
Yeah.
It's always about competition to him.